from Sewcrafts by Pam, and I know it's been a while since I have had a chance to basically post any type of video. I haven't done any crafts, card making, nothing. The only thing I've been doing is buying new products, and it's just because I've had a lack of time due to starting a new job this past week and getting used to new hours, and then just being very tired when I get home. I just really haven't done much of anything when I get home from work. So basically I've been collecting everything that I've purchased kind of towards the end of June and July, and I don't expect to purchase anything else. I do have one more thing coming in the mail, and that's one of the reasons I've held off on this, but it's not really too card making related, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do the haul video. So I'm just going to start off with something I got today at Tuesday morning. It was my day off. I go back to work tomorrow, and I had some errands to run. I just decided to stop in the Tuesday morning and see if they had anything interesting. So basically I just picked up some embossing folders, and I don't use them too much, but they had a lot of good ones that I thought could be useful in my card making. This first one hasn't even been opened from the plastic. But this is the We Are Memory Keepers Tide Embossing Folders. So this one has like a wave look to it, and this has like a scale type background, which reminds me of mermaids. And then once I get that Lawn Fawn stamp with the mermaids, this might be cool to use with that. So I went ahead and picked that up. Both of these together was $3.99. And then I saw this Tim Holtz one. This was $4.99, and this includes both a big embossing folder and 3 smaller border type embossing folders. So they're all supposed to go together, and they're 4th of July themed, and I really don't have anything 4th of July themed. So I thought this could be pretty cool to use to make some cards around that time of year. I got a couple of Darice embossing folders, and they were each 99 cents. So this one is a bamboo one, and then I also got this jungle one. So I thought these would be good to use with some of those like Lawn Fawn stamps with those critters that you might find in the jungle or in that type of scenery. I thought this one was pretty cool. This one's records, and I don't really see a lot of music card making anything, so finding this with the vintage look of it and everything, I thought that would be cool. And then this one is just basic large dot embossing folder. I have some that are smaller dots, which I've used, but I do not have one that has bigger dots, and it was only 99 cents, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and pick that one up as well. So this one was from A Cherry on Top. This first one is Kitten Smitten, and I'm not big on cats, but with my new job I might as well just go ahead and tell you I got a job as a vet assistant at a vet clinic. So I am working mostly with cats and dogs. I have not worked with any other animals yet, although it is possible, but we mainly service cats and dogs. So with that in mind, I know I'm going to be more open to cats. And then I just love the colors that were used with this paper pad. So I'll just kind of flip through, and they are double-sided. So this one has cats, this one has, it's kind of hard to see, but they look like dots, but they're paws. Some fishbone, or yeah, fish bones, flowers. Here are some cut aparts. I really like this plaid pattern and the colors. This has like a newspaper look to it. And these are little cats. Some more cut aparts. Some hearts, and each of them has like a sample of all the different papers included. Some stripes. These are yarn balls. Then they have this, which could be turned right into a card. Some more flowers, some more kitties. These are dots. Sometimes it's hard to see, and I do apologize. This is a bunch of unraveled yarn, triangles. These are just circles and diamonds and some more circles. And that's it for that. And then I also got this odds and ends pack, which I think is something new that they're offering. So this is a bunch of die cut pieces that go with the paper pack. And I'm not going to pull them all out, but you can kind of get an idea of what's in there from the back of this. So I think these will be nice to use to make some simple cards. And the way that I like to store my collections is when I have a paper pack and I have some embellishments or something that are from the same collection that are meant to go together, I try to keep them together. So that's why I've used these plastic bags. And these are just from the dollar store. This one is Puppy Love. So of course I had to get this because I love dogs. So here's a bunch of dogs here. Stripes, paw prints, hearts, bones, another plaid pattern, polka dots. These are tennis balls, some cut aparts. I'm not sure what this pattern's called, but I'm not a big fan of it. It looks like a bunch of little geometric type bugs or something. This is grass, so that would be cool to use for a scene. This looks like a game board with a bunch of words relating to dogs. This thing is falling apart. Polka dots, some more cut aparts, trees, some wood grain, some more dogs, another sheet that could be turned right into a card, hearts with all the patterns that are included in this paper pack. This also has a newspaper type print, some more dog heads, polka dots, and some hearts. I went ahead and also got the odds and ends pack for this, and this gives you an idea of what's on the inside. And they had other things like washi tape and I forget what else, but I decided to just limit myself on getting the paper and the die cut pieces. This one is Fun in the Sun, and I really like the colors here because it's like a tropical bright colors. So I really like these flowers. There's pineapples. Pineapples are a big thing right now. I'm not really into them. I like pineapples, but the design, tikis. This is one of the reasons I had to get this because I love tikis. Don't ask me why, I don't know. This is just a bunch of random tropical stuff. This is like a caravan, Volkswagen. Some cut aparts. Some dots. This is the kind of like a plaid, and it's just blue. Flamingos are in as well. Palm trees. This is more of the plaid pattern. This is really, I love the colors here. The pink, the orange, the blue and the green together. Pink polka dots. Some leaves, some more cacti. This is a bunch of cacti. I don't think I meant to say some more cacti. I think this is the first time I showed that in here. This is really pretty. This reminds me of like Mexican colors, like just something about the colors together. More cacti here. Wood grain, some green polka dots, and then that pattern I'm not really a big fan of. That looks like the geometric bugs or something. I don't know what to call it. Again, I went ahead and got the matching odds and ends, and then here you can see the die cut pieces that are included. Simon Says Stamp had a deal going on where you spent like $50 or something and got free shipping, and the shipping is normally like $6.99, $7.99 depending on how much you buy. And this is actually my second order, and the reason I placed 2 orders is because when I placed my first order, something I really wanted, which was this, was not available, and then a couple hours later it was available. So they got me. I ended up making a second order. But anyways, this is a transparency grid for the Misty. So I've been using my Misty pretty much for all of my stamping. And originally I didn't see much of a use for it because the Misty comes with grid paper, but one thing I didn't think about is that when you place your card base down, you do not see that grid. And you can use this, but you kind of have to flip back and forth. So by placing this on top of the card, it helps you to see where the center of your card is and actually line up your stamp on here. Push down with this will pick it up, and then once you take this off, you can stamp it and know that your sentiment is going to be centered. So I went ahead and got that. I try not to buy things just because other people have them. I buy them if I see a use for it. So I did not get that until I had a use for it. I really wanted this one because of the little chihuahua here. I got the stamp and the die. I'd gotten this idea to do Christmas and July cards. So go ahead and get started on my Christmas cards. So I picked up some paper pads that I've been wanting from last year that I never got a chance to get. I haven't had a chance to do or get started on this Christmas and July card making. So either way, I will use these for my Christmas cards. And after I bought this, I realized the reason I wanted it so much is because I got one of the Simon Says stamp card kits that had this collection included in it. So it had one set of the papers, it had stickers, there were some other things that went with it, and I didn't realize that until after I bought this. But either way, I really like the colors, and this was one of my favorite patterns, and I didn't have another one of these sheets, so now I do. What it is with Doodlebug in this little pattern. I really don't like that pattern. Maybe it's just me. I like this with the scales. I don't know why this seems to be like falling apart as I flip through. And the little Eskimos are really cute. This one I really like too with all the words. So, like I said, this is from last year. But I went ahead and I got this. I do not have the entire paper pack anymore, so in that sense it's new. And this one is from Echo Park. This is Hello Winter. And again, I love the colors, the blues, a bunch of snowflakes, little scenery here, some plaid, more snowflakes, stripes, some banners. That same thing pattern. What is up with that pattern? It reminds me of like the 80s. I just don't like it. Alright, these almost look like poinsettias. Or it could just be snowflakes. No, poinsettias, I think. Trees, and so forth, and it doubles. So I got that. As for my first order from Simon Says Stamp, I did get an email though the other day that the code freebie is valid again. It's supposed to allow you to get something like a free surprise with your order. So that's something to try. This grid paper here is one of the things I got. And I felt that this would help me with my card making and like recording my videos because I know I'm going to stay in frame if I am angled to just stay on this paper. And then since I'm working, like I said, at a vet clinic now, I felt more of a need to get some of these stamps and dies I've been wanting for a while. So the first one here is paw prints on our hearts, and I can't tell you how many times, you know, a friend or somebody I know has lost a pet and I didn't have any type of card that was really designated for loss for pets. So this has been on my wish list for a while, and it finally came back in stock, and they didn't even send me an email. I asked to be sent an email when it came back in stock, and I never got an email. And just by chance clicked on it from my Pinterest list and found it was in stock. I got this die separate, which kind of coordinates with this, but not really. It doesn't cut this out or anything. And I really should have put the name of the die on the front. I don't know what it's called. It cuts out a paw print here, and this one cuts out a circle with a paw print, but you can also use the positive space or negative space, whichever it is, and use the center part that cuts out like a paw print like this, but it's just smaller. I also got this one from W+9, which is the Get Well gang, and this can be used not only for animals but people, and I think it's probably more so meant for people, but because there are cats and dogs in it, and also cute little mice to go with the cats, I thought this would be cool to have. And I just think this little guy with his little light on his head and a stethoscope looking like he's thinking was very cute, looking like a doctor. I love how there's like little tissues and little band-aids and a little prescription bottle, a little mark for scratches and stuff. And I love the sentiments in the fonts. So there's like, it's a bad case of missing you, hope you're feeling better, get well wishes. Thank you so much for taking good care of me. Such good care of me. I'm here if you need me. I'd feel better if you were here. Tough break, but you're tougher. Sending love and hugs for a speedy recovery. So it covers various things. So I got that in the die set. I also got this with Sympathy Dive, which is usually shown to be paired with this stamp set. I finally got these dies from My Favorite Things, which are the stitched fishtail, flag, and banner stacks. I've had some cards lately where I just wish I had this banner, so I went ahead and got those. I've also been having some difficulties with my white embossing patterns, feeling like they're not embossing completely, so a couple different tricks I've learned is, one, I can use a white gel pen to fill in the parts that didn't hold the white embossing powder. I can use a Versamark marker and color in the part where the embossing powder didn't stick or melt, and then reheat emboss it. And then the third thing is I got some detail or fine detail powders to try to see if the brand of powders makes a difference. I went ahead and got the Ranger Super Fine Detail White Embossing Powder, as well as Stampendous, and it says Detail White there. So I'm going to try these things to see if that helps me to get some better results for my white heat embossing. I placed an order. This was more of a spur of the moment type of order from ScrapbookPal. I needed one of these stamp sets for something, so I went ahead and grabbed a few others that I've been wanting that were in stock to make the order worthwhile. Also, if you spend $25 at ScrapbookPal, you get free shipping. So anyways, I got Gnome Sweet Gnome from Lawn Fawn, as well as the matching die set, and I got Be a Unicorn from Avery L, and I just love the fonts for these. So there's been a couple different unicorn stamp sets. There's also one from My Favorite Things that I want as well, but that one and this one are the ones that I've been wanting to get to try. And I finally gave in and got the Lawn Fawn Fairy Friends, just because I think with the different things I've gotten, like with these garden scenes, I have a few more that I got that I thought the little fairies would go well with that. So I went ahead and got that. I was going to get the mermaid one, but they didn't have that in stock. I think I'm almost done, you guys. Like I said, this is from the whole month. I also got some more watercolor paper from Ranger, because I've been using this for my ink blending backgrounds, and I'm running out. And I finally gave in and got some Neenah Solar White paper. I got the 110 pound, and I got the 250 package, so that when I cut all these, because I tend to use these for card bases, I would get 500 card bases. So no longer buying them from Simon Says Stamp. That was like a one-time thing because they had a deal on their top folding and side folding cards. So what I did is I just got this large pack from Amazon. So I took maybe like 100 sheets to FedEx. I had them cut a bunch of them in half at 4 1/4, so that I would have top folding cards, and then I got a bunch cut at 5 1/2, so that I would have side folding cards. And I will say they are not exactly perfect, but they're damn near close, so I'm not going to be picky over like a little eighth of an inch or something like that, but it's good enough for me. And it's also, when you take the $500 and what I paid for them, which is like $45, I think it ends up being like 10 cents a card. So that is a lot cheaper than with Simon Says Stamp Pad. I think they had like 10 cards for $5. That's what, like 50 cents each? So this was a lot cheaper in the end. And then if I ever get in Copics, which I know a lot of people use this for Copics as well, I have some sheets left over that I did not cut in half. And I did want to let you know that the cutting only cost me $2.98. So for each cut, it was $1.49. So basically, I had half a stack that I had cut at 4 1/4. So that was one cut at $1.49. And then I had another half a stack cut at 5 1/2, and that was another $1.49 for that cut. So that was a pretty good deal for that, and saves me a lot of time from trying to cut them every time I need them. They're just ready for me to go. The last thing I got from Amazon is a new Xyron sticker maker. I'm due for the refill for my larger one. It's like 5 inches, but it was cheaper to get the smaller one plus the refill. The other one I pretty much use mostly for shipping labels, I found. So even though it's not really what it's meant for, I didn't see a need to really replenish that until, you know, I see if this one works as well as I need it, and it's small and portable, so I like that. I have been going on a good streak, and I've won a couple of items. I won something from Carrie L, which was a gift certificate and a mug, like a planner mug that's supposed to be coming in the mail. And then I also won a contest from, I think it's, I may be pronouncing it wrong, but I thought it was Studio Katia. I'd entered one of her contests for a release she was having on some iridescent sequins. And originally, I think these were the 5 packs that were supposed to be the giveaway, but when I received it, there was an extra purple pack and then a little sample here, and she also included a card. Long story short, somehow the first giveaway pack she sent, I never made it. When I inquired about it, she said she'd go ahead and send another one, and she sent it via FedEx, I think. Anyway, so she made this card and sent that with it, so I thought that was nice. And these are all the sequins. I hope to do a review video with these as well, to let you know, because typically I buy mine from Pretty Pink Posh, but I was looking at her stuff, decided to enter a contest, won, so I thought I'd give these a try. So this one is called Enchanted Sea, and this is 4mm. All these don't have labels. This one's Radiant Pineapple, and they're all iridescent. And then these don't have labels, but this is like a greenish color. Hopefully you can see that. This is kind of like a teal, bluish color. Almost like a mint color. And then a pink and the purple. And then there's this little sample here that says Lev's Creations, and there's a bunch of different sequins. I don't think they're meant to coordinate with each other, just meant to be a nice little sample pack. But anyway, so like I said, I hope to do a review video sometime soon for that. So that is pretty much my haul, and once things kind of calm down at work and I'm not so tired, and I hope to have some time to come home and do some card making and put up more videos and blog posts for you guys. So in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. I will try to put all the products that I showed in the description below, and if you have any questions, leave a comment. Otherwise, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more haul videos like this. I'll catch you next time. Bye.